And you know what? Let me tell you why this changed my life. You guys, attacks are so real. It's every time now. It is every single time that I sit down to make a video. I have to do a test recording before the actual recording. Anyways, welcome back, guys. You know what? This lighting is actually really not good at all. Oh, I know. There we go. It's a little bit better. But yeah, we are back again with a new video. And I'm so glad to be sitting down in front of my computer right now. It feels like the only familiar thing in my life right now. Speaking of unfamiliar things, I got a kitten. Oh, and I'm in a new spot. There's no furniture in here. That's why it sounds so echoey in here. Because there's nothing. There's no matter for the sound to bounce off of. If you get if you're catching my drift. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenging one because look, I'm a busy woman. I don't want to get into the details of my day-to-day. What are you doing? Oh, you're so cute. I make time for God every day. Some days I really don't feel like I have it in me. But all this to say is that I wanted to make a video last week, but something came up, and then I wanted to plan for this video this week, but then like 10 million things came up. So here we are, Saturday, and I don't have anything really planned for this video. I've been thinking a lot about creation, and the closer I get to God, the more I notice all of his little details. When he made the world and he constructed this planet, or whatever you want to call it, he constructed this reality that we live in, and with all of its moving parts and all of its facets. It's just wow. And my pastor said something that really stuck with me during last week's service, which was that it takes more faith to not believe in God than it takes faith to believe in God. And why? Because look at the evidence. It's overwhelming. It's like the JFK assassination. Like, yeah, there's still people out there that are just like, oh yeah, that Lee Harvey Oswald kid, didn't he shoot him? Or wait, was that his name? Yeah. And then it's like, I mean, how did you miss the 500,000 books that were written with evidence that say otherwise? But it's just like, go outside, pick a leaf off of a tree, and just look at that leaf. You know how much bacteria lives on that leaf? Bacteria that our human eyes can't even see, but it all, like, from the bacteria to the water in the roots, to gravity, to the wind, to everything, like, it just works. It's just so it's all interconnected, and it works like a well-oiled system, and it works without us, without humans. Like, look at the flowers. She's cooking. But look at the flowers, okay? Like, the colors in the flowers. Okay, you know what? Hold on. This isn't even a real flower. This is just a plastic one. Oh, she's going to sleep. This is just a plastic one, but this happens in nature. This just happens. And nobody even has to get up and go to work or pay rent to do it. Let me tell you something let me give you the real tea that changed the way that I look at myself. And hopefully it will change the way that you look at yourself too. Okay, let me lean in for this one, okay? Hold on. No, I think the easiest way is just to go to the source. I definitely underestimate Genesis, and I think Genesis in general just gets kind of underestimated as the beginning, but like, guys, it's the beginning. Like, you ever watch a movie with somebody who's like really ADD or really distracted, and it's like, that's fine, but if you're gonna be like that in the middle of the movie, because if you're like that during the beginning, then you're not even gonna know what's going on. I skipped over Genesis real bad, as I'm sure a lot of you have too. Like, my Bible is full of highlights. There's barely any highlights in Genesis. The order in which God created things matters. God is very creative in his nature. And the very famous first line of the Bible is, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. See, I need to get my highlighter out already. A little Bible study with me right now. Hold on, because I can't just let stuff like that go. Once you know God's character, it's like he tells you, like, pick up that highlighter and highlight it, because you're gonna wanna, and this is the second verse. This is the second verse of the whole Holy Bible. Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. The Spirit of God. So God created all of these things. He created the heavens and the earth, the waters and the seas. He created the fish, the birds. He created the beasts, the cattle. He created all of this. And then, to top it off, he created us and told us to have dominion over it. Genesis 1 verse 28, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. God gave us power over this earth. And after he created us, he rested. And it's such a beautiful thing to think, like, God made us in his image. God said, let us make man in our image. Our Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. And so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. That's the King James version of it. I'm gonna highlight that too. Don't try to die on me, computer. I'm not done with you. God didn't make any other creature in his image. Any other creature. He doesn't say that about the heaven and the earth. He doesn't say that about the light. He doesn't say that about the firmament. He doesn't say that about the water. He doesn't say that about the sun or the moon or the stars. He doesn't say it about the fish, the fowl, the beasts, or the cattle. He says it about man. He says it about us. And he said, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life. I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. And God saw everything he had made, and behold, it was very good. It was very good. It was very good. I used to believe in evolution. That was what made the most sense. And I think evolution, now that I believe in God and I believe in creation, I think evolution is such a silly theory. And let me tell you why. There was this monkey. Hold on. I'm actually gonna look up what the monkey's name was. Yeah, the monkey had a name. Hold on. This was real life too. All the way back in like the 80s or something. Okay. So in the 70s, there was this chimpanzee that they named Oliver. This is the Google chatbot. Commonly referred to as the human Z, Oliver became a media sensation in the 1970s because he possessed several physical and behavioral traits that appeared human-like. This monkey would smoke, and he had like he had like different features that looked more human. So there's this monkey that looks a little bit more human than the rest of the monkeys, right? And so people started thinking, oh, the monkey must be human then, right? Because people believe in evolution. People think that we come from monkeys. So it's like, oh, like, yeah, that makes sense that maybe this is a monkey crossbreeded with a human, okay? Right? A lot of people believe that too, right? Like they were doing tests on Oliver and all this stuff. Come to find out, let me actually confirm this before I'm loud and wrong. DNA testing conducted at the University of Chicago in 1996 finally debunked these myths. Scientists confirmed that Oliver had 48 chromosomes, identifying him as a pure chimpanzee belonging to a Central African subspecies. His unusual appearance and behavior were attributed to a rare combination of natural genetic variation and his unique upbringing around humans. Okay, so as humans, we see a monkey that looks a little bit like us, and we're like, yep, that's a human. Definitely human. And then pretty much the whole theory of evolution, I mean, it goes deep. I've been down that rabbit hole too. But what evolution says about human beings is that we're descendants of apes, okay? And like, again, I used to subscribe to this theory that we came from apes, because I mean, yeah, our bone structure, and like it's, if you're just looking at it surface level at like the biology, okay, but yeah, okay, we look similar to ape, but something in our human nature is like that's enough. That's enough for us to be like, okay, yeah, like that's where we come. Okay, but what about if we evolved from apes? Why are there still apes? Some of them just didn't evolve. They just didn't get that lucky. Don't we keep apes in cages at zoos? Is that how we want to treat our ancestors? Let them evolve, but they won't evolve. That's not how it works. Evolution doesn't explain origin, because okay, yeah, we came from apes. Where'd the apes come from? Okay, they came from this, they came from this, came from this, came from this, came from this. And the theory is that the Big Bang, right? The space, something exploded in space, and then stuff started growing out of bacteria and out of supernovas, right? Where did space come from? Why? Why is it there? When you really start asking questions about evolution, the theory cracks, the theory crumbles. The theory crumbles because evolution can't explain creation. And you know what? Let me tell you why this changed my life. When you think that your existence is just an accidental, coincidental result of evolution, which we know happens, right? We know evolution happens because we've evolved in our intelligence and other aspects to drop your value down to, yeah, we're just the species that happened to evolve, to build and create civilizations and have dominion, have power, have control, right? Evolution, when I believed in evolution, when I subscribed to that theory, I was always working, and I still work really hard, but I work from a full cup now. I pour from a full cup instead of an empty one because I'm filled with the Holy Spirit. But before, when I wasn't filled with the Holy Spirit and I was filled with anger and lust, but when I thought that I had evolved, when I was like in an accident, I was depressed. Because I thought that I had to earn my value, and I couldn't. Because we can't. It's a losing game. We can earn and work our way to worldly value, but what's really valuable is being a human being made in the image of a perfect, loving God, merciful. But yeah, God is creative. We are creative. God has dominion. God gave us dominion. He made this whole Sunday, and then humanity was the cherry on top. And and then God went to sleep and let us eat the sundae. Knowing who created you can really change a lot of things. And I know because it changed my life for the better. And I hope that you got something out of this message today, honestly. I'm gonna probably read more of Genesis right now because, wow. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.